Hey there! Welcome to the Warriors Life Code. Live incredibly full every day. So this is a YouTube channel that I'm starting now, and I'm so excited about it because people are interested in how to enjoy life so that they can live incredibly full every day. So I figured this first video, I would talk about the origins of the Warriors Life Code. So it would be great if you, as we go along, you could tell me your comments below, subscribe, share it with others if you find something here that's interesting to you. So let me go a little bit back. In 2008, my wife and I at the time were working on a project that was taking us about 4 or 5 years to get to this point. And in the summer of 2008, we finally got everything in place to build a $15 million project. We were so excited. We finally got all the approvals from the state, from the city, from everywhere. Went to the bank, and the bank is like, yeah, the world is about to fall apart, and we're not lending. Little did we know what was coming. A month or so later, the financial world fell apart. We lost absolutely everything. All the money we invested, all of our investors' money, the money we borrowed, we were broke. And at that point, I was besides myself. I couldn't believe that all that work I put into basically went down the drain. And for a while there, I was really concerned as to what was going to happen next. And I started to worry a lot. What's going to happen? Where are we going to go? And as I got through this, it took me a little while, but as I got through it, I started to say, it's time for me to change what I'm doing and stop being an entrepreneur or a businessman and think about what it is I really want to do. And for me, the answer came to become a life coach. And the crazy thing is, at the exact same time that this happened, my wife came to me and said, you know what, it was actually our 24th anniversary. She said, you know what, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I want a divorce. I was devastated. The world around me crashed. I was depressed. I was angry. I felt isolated. I felt alone. I didn't know what was going to happen. But the crazy thing is, I was also just about to start on a new course in my life with this life coach. So as I started going through life coaching, in the first sessions I went to, I started to see that there were things that I was doing in my life that were contributing to the marriage. And I also realized that there were some contributions from her as well. Now, I'm not going to say I was fully to blame or she was fully to blame. We both had our pluses and minuses. We both had our victim side. We both had our part where we contributed to the negativity of the marriage. We were married for 24 years. Many of them were good years. We have 4 beautiful children and 7 wonderful grandchildren. And as of this taping, another one on the way. So don't feel bad and for me. But it was a time of introspection. And for me, I looked into myself, and going through life coaching, I realized that there were things I needed to change. Not to save my marriage, but to save my life and to move forward. So what were those things? Well, I was a control freak. I took everything personally. I had a short temper. And so much so that I would react to the smallest things, to overreacting, to the point that I became a nuclear reactor. Literally, I would just explode and leave fallout all over the place. And it was not fun to be around me. When I got like that, I'd have to go around, apologize to the people, and they were really hollow apologies, and justify it, and really make excuses that were nothing more than just a way of getting out of what I did. And going through life coaching school at this time was the best thing to ever happen to me. It made me realize these things that I was doing were hurting me, and I needed to change. And that's what happened. As I went through coaching, I realized these things were holding me back. And it got me through my divorce. I was able to come out of the other side a new person. And I called myself at the time your divorce recovery coach. I help people recover from the emotional pains of divorce so that they could pick up their lives again, move forward, and find the love of their life. And even if that's what they wanted to do. And as I did this, I started to feel good about myself, but I still, a couple of years into it, wasn't feeling great. I was feeling good. And then I realized I wasn't making the right choices, and I needed to move myself forward. So I looked in the mirror and I said, you know what? It's time to lose a little weight. So I lost some weight and I started eating better. And as a result, things started to get better in so many other areas. I was reading good books. I was doing the right thing. And my mindset was moving to a more positive area. One of the things I started doing was I started to meditate. And I've never been fully diagnosed, but I'm an ADD type of guy, maybe even ADHD. So doing meditation, even guided meditation with one of those apps was a tough thing. But I tried it. And it was hard to get through, but I did it. And one day I had this download of information. And when I finished, I started writing it. It took me about 2 hours to put everything down. And what came out of this is that I want to show people how they can live their best life. And out of that came the acronym LIFE, live incredibly full every day. So I started to put this together. I put it on the side, and then 2020 happened. And the COVID pandemic happened. And all around me, I saw people were worrying about what was going to happen next. But I wasn't worrying so much. And I think that the last 10 years before that prepared me for this. I went from being a worrier to a warrior. I'm so worried about everything. O in worry. To I'm a warrior. I can, conquer anything. The A in warrior. I changed it from O to A. And I put together, and I said, let me help people go from being a warrior to a warrior. So I started doing that. I put it out there, and some people connected with it. They understood. And I realized that what I was doing was I was putting together the Warrior's Life Code as a way of showing how they can get their life back together again and move forward in their life. Since then, I've been very happy with the results that people have come to me with to start and come out with and said, oh my God, I can see things clearly now. So that's some of the messages that we want to get over to you on this YouTube channel. I look forward to you joining me. It's going to be an interactive. Sometimes it'll be just me. Sometimes I'll have a guest on. Who knows? We may even do some live YouTubes. But I'd love it if you subscribe below, if you commented, and tell me what you think, and tell me what you want to talk about, what you want me to talk about. Let's have an open dialogue. Anyway, have a great day and live incredibly full every day.